Still with ANC, the party's Free State branch says it's confident that it will be able to hold its elective conference by the end of this month. The provincial conference has seen numerous delays due to failure to hold branch general meetings. Newzroom Afrika's Mbali Thethani takes a look.
The ANC conference in the Free State has been delayed yet again. The party is now in a race against time to have the conference before the national conference in December. This province was expected to see its new leadership structure elected last weekend, but convener Mbali says there have been numerous obstacles, including technical challenges.
You would have members who would sit outside of the venue of the BBGMs and would turn people back because they do not want these meetings to take place. But we have since engaged and continue to engage members of the ANC to look at the bigger picture and to really move away from being selfish, self-centered, but looking at the interest of the organization, especially in helping the ANC to work on what it had promised to do.
The province says it is on track to reach its threshold and is confident that the conference will soon go ahead. So far, 44% of the Free State branches have held their branch general meetings.
It is going ahead. We're pushing. This is the last push. We're hoping that by Saturday we would have reached the required threshold. Of course, we're not only aiming at the threshold. We want to take each and every branch that is qualifying. Let me make an example. In Mangaung, we've got 51 branches. And I can tell you now that all the 51 branches have actually gone to the BPGMs and they will be disqualified for one reason or the other. This is a demonstration that we're not just sitting and we want to make sure that they go to these conferences.
This is not the first time the province has encountered problems ahead of its conference. In 2017, the conference was nullified by the courts. The Free State continues to find itself divided, and a political analyst says this can have severe implications for its influence on the national conference.
What can happen between now and the end of November, for example, is let's say that they scrabble together, 50% plus one of BGMs or whatever the case may be. You're still going to have an awful lot of dissatisfied people there. And if previous track record's anything to go by, those dissatisfied people will go to court. And if previous track record's anything to go by, those dissatisfied people have a very good chance of winning in court. So, even if they're at 44% and they manage to scrabble to 50-something, the chances that all this lands in court and that you have a rerun of the last time when they weren't seated is very high, except that, as I say, this time, the very real prospect is that a lot of their branches won't be seated because they haven't been able to hold the BGMs in a way which was past muster.
Officials in the interim provincial committee say they are satisfied with the progress made in taking the Free State to a conference. But first, a regional conference will be held in Liputswa. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Mbali Thethani in Johannesburg.